Hello, my name is Henry. This story is a story me and my cousin Noah share. Let me take you back to Thursday night 2006, when me and my cousin were coming back home from our friend's house. And since I had to live with my aunt at the time, where she took me with her open arms to live with them, cause her house were near my high school that me and my cousin go to. He is only 1 year younger than me. We were driving home that night. Then all of a sudden, we see a blue light shining and jumping around from one side to the other, on both sides of the road. It was so odd and so low that it was going to touch the field. It was too low that we thought it can't be an airplane, because airplanes don't usually go that low. The light started to flash, as if it noticed us, or tried to give us a signal. We got curious and stopped the car, or attempted to stop the car. As doing so, the light disappeared, as if it knew we were going to stop and look at it. Me and my cousin looked at each other, confused, as we couldn't comprehend what just happened. The whole ride home was silent, as we don't know what to say, or how to put it into words. And slowly but surely we forgot about the incident. Until 1 week later, when one night I was laying on my bed, listening to music, I noticed in the corner of my eyes the same blue beam outside my window. It was far enough where I could see it, so I thought. The light switched from blue to red as it started to move slowly closer and closer to the window. As I gradually started to notice I can't move, and I'm being pulled closer to the window. Then I hear my cousin running towards my room, so excited to tell me about the good news he got, about him being accepted in college, the one he wanted to join so badly. I was freaking out. What if that light or thing, or I don't know what it is, was going to hurt me? And now my cousin. As when the door was being opened, the flash disappeared, like it was never there, and I could move again. I felt relieved, not only for me being saved, but also my cousin's. Oh, honestly, I am so grateful for him coming to my room that night. I don't know what would have happened if he didn't come to my room and save me. Would that light took me, or worse, hurt me, and then hurt him? I was afraid to tell him what happened, because I didn't want to freak him out. But all that would change when I wake up the next morning and I see a footprint near my window, in a way that it hints like as if someone is looking through my window. It didn't look like it could be an animal, because it looked way too big to be a moose or something. I don't live in an area where big animals live, and that print did not look like any animal I know. And for sure it is not a human. Humans don't have only 3 big fingers, from what it seems. And the plants on my window looked like something sucked the life out of, like they were being burned. I had to tell my cousin about this, but what he told me still haunts me to this day. The day before, when I was out for dinner, my cousin was home alone doing his homework. He heard a thud in my room, knowing so well that nobody is home, but he wanted to check in on me, thinking I got home and tripped or something. To his surprise, he sees a big tall figure in my room. Doesn't look human nor an animal. Stares at Noah with a blank stare, as if it's trying to read his mind. The creature, or I don't know what to call it, jumped out of the window, leaving so far and so fast that Noah can't catch up with him. But it doesn't end there. Noah told me that the creature looked like he was looking for something in my room. Looking back at it, I used to have a box full of carvings, like a weird language written on it. I found it in the wheat field on my way home, but that is a different story for a different time. After those incidents, nothing really came out of them. Hopefully, I will never see that blue light ever again. Hi, I am Ash, and I love abandoned buildings. Well, I used to, before this incident. Back in 2014, when I was still a teenager, me and a couple of friends, Matthew, Henry, and Daniel, we used to do this all the time. Go to abandoned buildings, take some pictures, and leave. But one day, on April 5th, we found a building at the far end, near an abandoned train rails. It looks big. The windows of the building look shattered. Glasses everywhere. Looks like nature found its way around the building. There's trees coming out of it. We go inside. On the right, there is a big room that looks like it used to be a kitchen at one point. We go further in. We meet a very dark, long hallway. We shine the light to see a bunch of rooms where broken glass on the floor, and a bunch of old dusty furniture. Then we see stairs that leads to a basement. We decided to go down and check it out. It was dark, as it was expected. We shine the light to see a white, creepy mannequin that looks unusual. I've never seen one like that before. Daniel thought it was a great idea to take a picture next to it, so I did. The moment the flash hit the mannequin, it moved and stopped. We were shocked and scared. We slowly started to back up, when suddenly our flashlights started to flicker, and the mannequin started to move slowly with each flash of the light. We started running back up the stairs, and from every room from the building, a bunch of mannequins started running after us. One of them got Henry by the foot and started to pull him away. We asked him to give us his hand. We started to pull him towards us, but a bunch of them got a hold of him and pulled him away to the darkness. Me and the other two guys didn't know what to do. The only option we had was to run outside the building and far away from it. We said we could come back in the morning to get Henry back. We got back the next morning, and we went down the basement. Nothing were there. No sight of Henry or the mannequins. We put a missing person poster, but nothing came out of it. Till this day, nobody knows where Henry is. We never stepped into the building, or any other buildings, ever again. One Saturday night, I was walking back home from a party, one of my friend's birthday party. His house was the last house in the neighborhood, but not too far away from my house. His house was surrounded by a large amount of woods. These woods are known to be haunted, or at least everyone thinks so. I was walking when I hear rustling behind me from somewhere. I didn't know where it came from, because the woods are large and it echoes. I ignored it. I thought to myself, it could be a raccoon or something, or a lost deer. So I kept walking. But then the sound was getting closer. Then suddenly I feel someone or something walking in front of me. So fast it caught me off guard. So I stopped. I stopped to see what was it. Then weird tall hands or fingers, I assume, were slowly reaching out from the trees that was near me. Then a big white tall face came out. The thing was looking at me, or whatever it was. It had big white eyes. You can't see if there's an eye pimple. You can't tell if it was looking at me or looking inside of me. It had no nose, but a big sharp teeth and a smile that reaches from ear to ear. I froze. I froze in my place. Then the thing said,
"Hey Mike, it's been a while."
I got scared so bad. I ran back to my friend's house and called my dad to come pick me up. I wasn't going to go back there. I kept thinking, what did that thing mean? It has been a while. Does it know me? And then I remembered. When I was a little, I used to see a figure behind the woods in the old house we used to have. Back when I was 6 or so, but I never thought much of it. But now it is making me scared. Was that thing watching me this whole time?